Three, two. Is the character or the music more important? First and foremost, I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you. We are now at over 2,000 subscribers, and I just want to say it's been truly a blessing. This is something that I've been wanting to do since I was yay high. For those who don't know me, and for those who do know me, I've been into the creative scene since I was literally a child. Started designing in the fourth grade, started making music my summer going to ninth grade. I was 14 years old. It's been now over 9 to 10 years since I've been making music in a certain creative scene. So this is something that I'm passionate about. I just want to say thank you because this is simply a dream for me. It takes each and every one of you like, comment, subscribing, whether in passing, whether you like it, whether you don't like it. It takes each and every one of you engaging to push this thing forward. So I just truly want to say thank you, truly. By the way, I am broke and I am a hater. Now that we got that out the way, we straight into the madness. Is the character or the music more important? Now, on this channel, I've talked about artistic representation a couple times. I did a style evolution video where I went through how, as the experiences I went through changed and the value of those experiences changed, my artistic values changed, my artistic representation changed. The values, the substance, and the things I paint within my artistry, the things that I represent within my artistry, the values and virtues that I represent within my artistry all changed as I grew in life, as I developed in life, as I started to ascend, transcend, and transform my mentality, my internal, my external, my physical, my mental, my emotional. So, artistic representation is something that is very, very important to me. There's a whole science and psychology behind it, in my opinion. It would probably be something that I could write a book about. Like, for those who know me in real life, I write. Like, I could go grab it right now. I might grab it at some point just to show y'all the proof. I have an entire book bag full of nothing but my own personal writings. Not anything from school, because I am in school, not anything from that. Just all my personal journaling and writing. Just my own research, my own thoughts, etc., etc., etc. So artistic representation to me is something that is very important. It's a topic that I think should be more prominent, should be more spoken about, because at the end of the day, something I like to say is if you are not intentional about the titles and phrases you use to represent yourself, it will consume you. Say that one more time. If you are not intentional about the titles and phrases that you use to represent you, it will consume you. We've seen it from the Bad Boys, the P. Diddy Bad Boys. We've seen it from Little Dirk's camp, the things that they represent kind of sort of taking form and manifesting through circumstances and situations. And look where he's at now. We've seen it all throughout the movie history, people taking certain roles and they kind of get stuck in that role in their real life, and the things surrounding them start to manifest as if they are that character that they represented. Now, with that being said, I feel like this is the perfect time to jump into this. This video just dropped 3 hours ago. Shout out to the company, man. I feel like he has dope content. He has a great perspective, in my opinion. He's very thoughtful in his expressions. He's not engagement forming. He's very authentic in his expressions. He's not looking to just create hype or create clicks or create traffic. So he's a very respectable journalist, in my opinion. So we're gonna hop straight into it. Is the character or the music more important?
It ended up being 72 different artists jumped in.
I didn't
There's
even
100
realize
some
that.
tracks. I wouldn't and clocked them all. But I thought it was really interesting because Joey was doing something I'd heard someone really do in a long time. And he jumped outside and said he's the king of New York. Now, people had all kinds of opinions on him, Joey Badass saying that. But the fact that he did that felt very vintage to me.
I was gonna say that. I mean, this isn't really the point of the video, but I was gonna say Joey Badass claiming the king of New York, in my opinion, was great for the competitive essence of rap hip hop. Of course, this is something I also wanted to go into in a different video. I wanted to do a full breakdown of how true crime became merged with the the rap hip hop culture. Like true true crime has somehow found its way in a merger, almost in a lucrative contract with rapid hip hop, to where we see these prominent rap artists have actual live criminal history, and not only history, they're still committing and acting in those same, let's just say, social settings, social circles, aka they still committing crimes and shit. Like these dudes blow up and they still doing everything that they rapped about to get out of that situation, if that makes sense. It's like I'm going to tell the story of the hood so I can get out of the hood, but I'm going to bring the hood with me everywhere I go, to where my mentality cannot change, my moral cannot change, my internal compass cannot change, my clairvoyance goes nowhere, and I end up making the same exact circumstances just in a new space. I create the same values just in a new space. I end up doing the same things that would kind of keep me closed into that environment, keep me lost and sucked into that environment, but I have money now. Like I had this conversation with somebody once about Kodak Black and why does Kodak Black keep getting arrested? To me, it's as simple as everything around him has changed, but his heart and his mentality. So he's gonna still go through all the arrests as if he's just a regular hood nigga. He's still gonna go through all the drama of just a regular hood nigga, except it's Kodak Black. The circumstances around him changed, but that's the same hood nigga. You get what I'm saying? So you can't expect their life to be different in terms of what it is that they put their energy into, if the only thing that has changed is the things around them. So Joey Badass, to me, claiming the king of New York was nothing more than just bringing back the competitive essence of hip hop. But where it could get dangerous is now you have this true crime element, to where there's real killers in rap. It's not like a nigga who just shot somebody before or just stabbed somebody before or maybe got a body. It be niggas with 8 hats. This nigga a serial killer in the stew. Like, I ain't beefing with that nigga. That nigga is a killer. He's gonna kill me. He's a killer. Like, these rap niggas be scary, gang. For real, these niggas is not the same. Let's jump into the actual topic of the video. I hope he didn't just title this the video. I want to actually get into the topic because, here it is. Debate character more important than music. I guess that was just a topic within the video. I didn't watch this video, like I said, so I'm trying to get straight to the point.
Be the stuff that Russ did really well, and the stuff that's carrying people forward.
Exactly. Yeah.
Are you guys pretty strategic in how you interact with your audience?
Let's get back to let's try to.
And a human.
I kind of want to. Damn, that's a good topic too. Focusing on numbers is annoying.
It's like numbers. That's annoying. And the songs that be on the charts, right? You don't want to listen to those songs 5 years from now, 3 years from now. So I don't like the songs that I go to listen to all the time is like the throwback songs. I'm literally stuck in the 90s. I'm stuck in the early 2000s because I felt like that's when music like really was like fire, when it was like unique.
I'm gonna just add something, not even just unique and fire, because baby, I'm gonna just let you know there's so much fire and unique music out right now. What it is to me is there was an essence of connectivity in earlier generation music. There was a essence to where you felt like you were a part of something bigger. It felt like you were a part of something special. It felt like you were a part of something with substance and meaning. What I mean by microwave era music is it's cool, it's good, but it does not last. Not much that you cook in the microwave is leftover type of food that you can come back to and still get all the nutrients, get all the goodness, get all the soul out of it. It's not timeless. Music from earlier generations, I won't say they were created to be timeless, but they were created with a essence of connectivity. That's what I feel like we mean when we say there's a level of substance missing from music. That's what it means to me.
Now it's just like these songs I don't want to hear a year from now. I don't want to hear two.
What I just say about the microwave music, it's cool now. Yes, I could bop my head to it. I could get jiggy to it now, but there's no connectivity to it. I don't feel like I'm a part of something. I don't feel like I'm watching this great movement be in this process. I don't feel like I'm a part of the journey. I don't feel like I'm a part of something bigger and special, because music has no length, width, height, or shape or dimension. So therefore, it is of spiritual essence. I cannot bag up a song and show you this song. I can't bag it up. So it has no physical dimension. So therefore, it is literally of essence of something bigger, something else. So when we go to music, when we have this music nowadays that feels like it's so one and done, here and gone, that's what I feel like we lean into when we say the substance is missing.
Years from now. I'm just like, and but these are those songs that get blasted on there. And then even what behind it, like you have a great marketing team, your song could end up on those charts. So I feel like really
It
is
takes money. It doesn't take an organic base to get to those positions, which it really never did. But at first, you gotta admit, if your song made it to a store, let's say your album made it to Target, made it to Radio Shack, made it to all the music stores that sell physical music, but nobody buys it, there is nothing you can do to artificially inflate the engagement. Nowadays, the music industry has created a digital system to where they can 100% create an artificial engagement, which to me is a form of social engineering. It's just is what it is. That is one of the biggest difference of how we consume music now and how we consume music then. Now a song can get big just from being a sound. You know what I'm saying? Just for being one of those sounds that goes behind a meme or behind a viral video or behind a trending whatever, whatever, whatever. Before, your song, your album had to be purchased straight up. There was no way I can fake lie about the numbers when I could go to the store and see ain't a single person bought that damn CD. But you telling me it's doing 2 million every month. But that shit, that's the same stock, 50 stock CDs still sitting there. It's 48 of them now. 2 people copped. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's so much of an artificial, let's just say, an artificial economy within the music now that it makes it hard to crunch the authentic statistics. So much of the data within the music industry is artificialized and it's shallow, usually manipulated, that it makes it hard on the artists and the labels, and then those in between, the investors, the sponsors, etc., 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 because they don't know what is actually being engaged and what is not. That's a big difference in not only how we consume music, but how what it is that's being pushed up is being pushed up. Is usually through the TikToks, the shorts, the viral reels, the viral short videos, the viral sounds. It's not us actually going into a store and purchasing that piece of music, that artist's music, that album, that single, and it goes directly as a sale, a statistic, data. We don't have that anymore. Now you got having many monthly listeners and having many stream, like that can be completely manipulated.
like it's subjective, like like it's not what people are really actually listening to, especially people that I be around. Like we're not
The fuck I
listening to
just
that
say?
stuff that be on
What did I just say?
the charts. Like so, and then there's a lot of artists that don't chart that they're amazing and that they're selling out arenas. Like I love Russ. That's how you say his name. Because like he's not like super like everywhere. He's not like super on the radio.
And I will say most of the artists that don't chart but do well in terms of sales, in terms of hard sales, is usually because those are the artists, excuse me, like she mentioned Russ, it's usually because that's a perfect example. It's usually because those are the artists that push direct to consumer. Since about 2017, 18, 19, Russ has pushed the independent direct to consumer artist model. In the digital era, that does not work because we have full control. Once you go through our label system, we have full control of how well you can do and what your base is. So if we want to, we can push the button, as people say, on this single, but this single isn't going to be the single that's going to make this crowd of your fan base gravitate more towards your music. So it gets real trippy. It gets real weird once the dynamics become manipulated, and that's what happened within the digital music industry. I mean, what happened within the digital era of the music industry. The statistics and data became extremely manipulated.
Or nothing like that. Like, and he has like this amazing fan base, and he's selling out arenas, and artists that are like supposed to be quote unquote bigger and more mainstream, they can't even do that. They can't sell out a room with 200 people, 2,000. He's selling out arenas, like full arenas. So yeah, so I
Russ
hate.
charts though. He does chart. Yeah, he does
But
chart.
well, yeah, not meaning in chart.
I know what she's saying. She's saying basically Russ is not one of those artists that you're going to see first on your Explore page. You're going to see first when you scroll reels. You're going to see first on the YouTube Music homepage. I get exactly what she's saying.
But I'm talking about like more mainstream stuff. Like, you get what I'm saying? Versus like the mainstream artist. Like, you know, like he's not quote unquote mainstream.
Yeah.
Like, but he will outsell these mainstream artists. Like, you know, like
He's direct to consumer. He has a authentic fan base that he is tapped into. So no matter what, he has a certain level of authentic data that he can work with. When you are one of those rappers who just want the labels to do it, who just want your A&Rs and your managers to push it, and you just want to be the nigga in the stew, what can happen to you is you have an artificial economy created around your artistry. So now you think you're a 20 million a month listener guy, but really you only get an authentic 500,000 a month listeners. So the artistic economy is inflated as fuck. So now you have these dudes thinking they're way bigger than they are because the label has a threshold that they have to cross. So somebody's going to have to get this artificial numbers. Like somebody going to have to get this work. Somebody going to have to get pushed the button on. Somebody's going to have to get the button pressed on them. And usually it's going to be the artists who are more ignorant in terms of business literature and business sense, who wants to do nothing but be the rapper or be the artist. They're going to let the labels, the A&Rs, and the managers handle the numbers and the statistics and the data. They just want to create the music. Sometimes that's good. Sometimes that's bad. It just depends on you, your fan base, your engagement. You need to learn the basis of what these terms mean and how to actually understand the data.
So that's what I meant.
You know, the reason I do it more so is to get a better understanding of the business of selling music and try to translate that to the audience. But even with that, though, the reason I bring it up is because you do see a lot of outliers, right? Like Suicide Boys just had 7 songs in the Billboard Hot 100. Now, the average.
Let's be real. Suicide Boys have been around since the dawn of the digital music era. Suicide Boys is well over a decade in. They have a authentic fan base that if they had hard copy CDs, Suicide Boys albums will sell. But when you have someone like, and I'm not trying to throw this artist under the bus, a D-Lo, you have someone like Bossman D-Lo, to where I'm sure D-Lo is fine with just being the dude that's hot in the club, go to the studio, make my music, and I let the labels work the behind the scenes. Well, and I really don't like to use D-Lo because there's a certain level of authenticity that has came with his journey and his rise in the music industry. But you can tell the button kind of has been pressed on him, and it's hard to tell what's authentic and what's not. Once he goes on, starts to tour, and once he's 5, 4, 5, 6, 7 years in, that's when we will be able to see, okay, what exactly was authentic about his rise and what exactly was the industry manipulating the data. You get what I'm saying? It's hard to tell until later on.
Person probably isn't aware of the incredible cult following the Suicide Boys have built up. Probably couldn't tell you what they look like. Probably couldn't tell you how they sound like Cash Money 1998, you know, in a 2005 flip, 225 flip. But you can see them on the charts, you know. And the other side of it, the thing that stands out to me the most is that, to your point, people are listening to old music, right? So even on the Billboard Hot 100, you know, if you go through the top 20, 9, 12 of the top 20 came out over a year ago, 2 years ago in some cases. Like you got Lose Yourself by Teddy Swims has been in the top 10 for 2 years.
Wow.
For 2 years, right? And so back to the conversation we were talking about with maybe make the song shorter
1 second.
so it connects better, streams better, whatever. It seems like there's a lot of experimentation that's going on right now and all the way up to the charts. And so we're just in this really weird place where I think being a person, finding a human connection with different people, talking to your audience on social media, let them know what you care about. That seems to be the stuff that Russ did really well. And the stuff that's
What did I just say? What did I just mention about Russ that separated him and the artists like him? Direct to consumer. They are not okay with letting the industry that is known for manipulating data control the data and then use that as leverage against him. He's not okay with that. So he's going to go through the hardship of learning the business terms. He's going to go through the hardship of learning the litigations. He's going to go through the hardship of sitting down with those lawyers and learning what these terms mean. And then he's going to use that as leverage to then get access to his authentic data. When you have the authentic data of what you're doing as an artist, it makes it so easy to then move forward with what works and what does not, because it's not a label telling you, hey, this went great, we need more of this. And whole time your core fan base that's going to be there now or 20 years from later when you're touring on old songs, they're going to be the ones you're displeasing. And you don't want to displease them to a point where you end up like a Smoke Perp. I hate to say that, but it's because Smoke Perp became so okay with living off the fabrication of the manipulated data that his labels fed him, which then artificially boost his artistic value. And then 4 years later, he don't know what the fuck to do because he never had authentic data. Data is important in sales. Data is important in business. Statistics is the projections and the analyzation of data, the projections and what it may or may not be based on the data. You get what I'm saying?
Carry people forward.
Exactly. Yeah.
I guess pretty
Or I might have said the opposite. Statistics is the numbers. Statistics are the basis in which data is the projections from. So statistics are recorded data. I don't know if I'm saying that right. My bad. I think I just mixed that all in like a motherfucker. Y'all get what I'm saying, bro.
strategic and how you interact with your audience, with your fans online.
Absolutely. For sure. Because I feel like the character is, if not more important, just as important as the music.
Are we getting
if they don't
we getting into the convo now? He said he feel the character is just as important, if not more important than the music. He is someone who seems to be on the higher end of, not the higher end, but a bit over. He seems to be over 25 for sure. And I feel like when it comes to this conversation, you got two sides, under 25 and over 25. Under 25, I would say I mostly hear people say what they do behind the scenes doesn't matter. If the music good, it's good. Over 25, I usually see there's a level of requisite and importance in what this artist is representing matters just as much as who the artist is as a person.
like you as a person, they don't want to hear. I feel like that's what happened with Kanye. They stopped liking Ye as a person, so now they don't want to hear the music, so they have to fall.
I can't say that's true. I mean, Carnival, I just heard Carnival on the radio like a week ago. Like, Carnival, if we didn't like him, that song, and you could say, okay, Travis Scott and Playboi Carti, but as you say, if they didn't like him, it just wouldn't go. So it's hard to, Kanye is that's an anomaly. Kanye, you cannot compare to pretty much any other artist. There's certain artists that you cannot compare to other artists because their ecosystem is different. How they have to move as an artist is different. Their artistic data is different. They're touching different spaces. They're moving different. They're in a different space. They're in a whole different bracket. So it's just, I don't like to compare certain artists to what other artists have to deal with. Like, I can't use Michael Jackson and Prince as the examples of what other artists are going to have to go through. Not everybody, nigga, those are rare anomaly-like positions, rare anomaly-like artists. So it's hard to compare the anomalies to the masses.
All over the character first, or it's just as synonymous as the music.
That was a great conversation we were having before we started recording. and I want to open it up to everybody, see what everyone's perspective is. Is it more important for the music to be amazing or for the character to be
I
amazing?
think the character plays more of a part than the music. I feel like if they love you, even in battle rap, if they love you when you're not battle rapping, they'll love you on stage every single time. It's like you cannot do no wrong if they love you as an individual.
As a hardcore battle rap fan, who's I've kind of been a little more on the casual side as of the later years, but up until about 2022, I was a hardcore. So I would say that's true and untrue. Battle rap is unlike any other artistic, let's just say subculture or industry. It's very wishy-washy, as in, I do agree in a sense, because you have guys who kind of can do no wrong, but in a sense they still get called out for their shit. Like battle rap is an industry of its own. It has an artist ecosystem of its own, and I wouldn't use that as an analogy. I would just use something else. Like I wouldn't use battle rap as the analogy.
The music is flawless every single time. Even if it's not good, they will argue in your favor for the people that don't like it to love it because they love you as an individual. It doesn't
That's
work
in every,
the opposite.
but that's in every industry. I mean, you're gonna have those who just like you because they're gonna always like you, and those who hate you because they're gonna always hate you. That's literally in every industry. That's a little bit. That goes without saying.
But if they don't like you as an individual, they're waiting for you to drop some trash so they can just get you the hell out the way.
I totally disagree with that.
Me
I feel like it's the other way around. I feel like I've seen flawed characters get saved by music on several occasions. You know what I'm saying? Like people say,
I'm more with Rain on this one. Rain hit a point that I would like to use as an example for R. Kelly. Those tapes of R. Kelly pissing on that little girl, on that girl, I don't know what I can say on YouTube no more. I don't. On that girl, what they're doing is whiz on that girl. I hope y'all know that was in that original case was, let me see, R. Kelly original trial. I believe that was in 2004, if I'm not mistaken. Damn, he got repeated sexual abuse incidents from 1991 all the way up to 2018. I was talking about the specific case with the tape releasing. I believe that was in 2004 or 5. I could be wrong, but I believe it was in 2004 or 5. And people just turned a blind eye. I believe I can fly. Ooh, yeah, he did that to that girl. I don't care. I believe I can fly. I don't care. That's how niggas was acting. Straight up. Let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it real. That's how niggas was acting. That's the perfect example of ignoring the character. This nigga is on a cover with Aaliyah like this, peeping around the corner. Age ain't nothing but a number. Did we forget that? He is literally on the cover with Aaliyah, peeping around the corner. Age ain't nothing but a number. And I believe that came out before I Believe I Can Fly. Stop the cap. Stop the cap, bruh. Niggas could be murderous, arrogant, narcissistic, whatever. If the bass dropping is thumping, we own it. That's what it is, bruh. Straight up. What I mean, when I talk about artistic representation, it matters to me because I believe you have the right to know what it is you're feeding yourself, the value of what it is you're feeding yourself. When you're letting these people into our spirits, minds, and homes, and our temples through frequency, through instruments, through sound, through lyricism, I believe you have the right to know what it is the man behind the art represents. I'm not saying it gives justification or it gives anything else. I'm just saying you have the right to know. Now, when we get into the realistic logistics of that topic, niggas be going, bro. Niggas don't give a fuck. Niggas mop. Come on, gang.
dumb shit, and the music comes and saves them, right? And it's like I've seen people who you don't even know their character. They don't talk, they don't beat, and they don't do
That's
interviews. Right?
I feel like
Right, but you don't get a chance to know them at all, right? So the mystique is an idea. but I don't know your character.
But you're not.
But it's the music.
Flaws.
But you can't do that without good music.
But I feel
You
like
can't be.
You can't do that without good music. Exactly. Niggas don't give a fuck if you a preacher. That shit better drop when it drop. That shit better go hard when it drop. You could be the most stand-up MLK, Martin Luther King type, whatever. Hold up. You could be the whatever king, whatever. I just got a comment on another video, whatever. But niggas gonna still rock with it if they rock. If the shit banging, bro. If the shit's banging, they going. Is what it is.
Mystique with bad music.
no, but I feel like what both of you guys are saying, because I'm on the fence with both. I believe that you can be the music cannot be there, and then your personality will make up for that. But I feel like with the music too, because there's a lot of people that stay quiet that we don't know nothing about them, but they have quality music. So I think both of what they're saying is correct. You know, like I'm with both of them.
You could mute the character. You can never mute the
can.
music.
But even
You can't mute the
Yeah.
music. It's not a
Yeah.
possible thing. Can't mute the music.
yeah, but there's a lot of people that the music it don't be, but the personality, and it'd be like I love how they are as a person.
But you
Like you
can't-
give it.
You can't mute it though.
Yeah, I think it's both.
Can you mute the music?
Some people.
Yes,
Is
you
it-
can.
you
Wait,
sell?
hold on. Let's see.
Can you mute the music?
You got to say.
No, I just think it's both. Like, you know, some people it's the music. Sometimes
I get what they mean by both, but Rain hit it dead on the money. Like, hold up, bro. Hold up.
you know it could be either or. You know, 'Cause
Mhm.
especially with some people got great music, but just a shitty character. Like he was saying, like, or they just probably a piece of shit.
But if that's the case, how did drill music reach a? If it's like they're not looking at the real life examples that prove otherwise. All of the real life logistics point towards that niggas don't give a damn. And it's so much so that you can it's almost like the worst type of person you are. It seems the nigga just be making better music. Like the worst type of nigga you is. The more sadistic shit you get into, the more cruddy and more lower the nature you get into, the music just get out of this world for niggas. Like, let's keep it a buck. Let's keep it a bean. What they talking about?
For real. And they just got great music. You know, so that don't really matter.
Because it's a lot of that right now, that the music is not there, but they have amazing personality that it makes.
Amazing personalities, or are they great content creators? I think we forget that we're in the age of content creation being intertwined with the music industry. Recording artists are not just the recording artists. You could be a producer that also has a clothing brand, that also does Twitch, that also does YouTube, that also streams. You see what I'm saying? So are you speaking towards, is she speaking? I think she's speaking towards those who have been able to utilize content creation and then go into music, or simultaneously does music. It's not, because that's a new aspect of the music industry relative to time. That wasn't a thing 100 years ago. It wasn't a thing even really 40 years ago. So it's relatively still new.
Makes you be like, oh, okay, you're trying. All right. Like, you know, like it's kind of that thing like that, because there's a few artists that I like, that I really like how they are as a person, like, you know, and I think that they'll get better with music, you know, like
I agree with what she's saying, but that ain't really hitting towards the point. Is the character or the music more important? Not do you have the ability to be a content creator, be a streamer, and also be a recording artist. I get what she's saying, but we are in a whole different space in terms of what it requires to thrive in the music industry. You don't have to have good character. You have to be engaging. You can hate me, but I am able to sustain that hate and create a career out of it. So it's not like it's a good character. It's not like You get what I'm saying? Am I overreacting?
They'll come around the right people and stuff like that, so it could get better. But yeah, I believe in. I don't know, because sometimes I would listen to somebody's music and it's fire. Then when I see an interview and I'd be like, damn, you a shitty ass person though. Like, you know, and I'd be like, I'm not fucking with it. Like, but they could have, the music might not be all there, but if I see a interview of them and I'm like, oh, they're like an amazing person. So that's how I feel. I feel like it's both. Like it's both.
Yeah, and I feel like that's what's happening with Nicki Minaj. A lot of people feel like the character.
We ain't gonna tell. I don't feel like talking about Nicki Minaj. I ain't gonna lie. What y'all feel about it? Is the character or the music more important? How y'all feel about it? To me, as I said, artistic representation matters. You have the right as a consumer to know the values of what it is that you're consuming, to know what it is that's behind the mask of the art that you're consuming. You have that right. But when we look at the logistic circumstances of the social ecosystem of today, the social space of today, let's just be honest, niggas don't actually, not even just today. When we just look at the history of music, it don't matter. I just gave R. Kelly as an example. Age ain't nothing but a number. He's on the fucking cover art right there with the girl he's alleged to have married underage. And that album went diamond. Didn't it go diamond? Did it? I think it went platinum. I ain't gonna say it went diamond. I think it went platinum. So obviously, there's some level of not caring. That's all I'm saying. I don't think one is more or less important. I feel like to thrive in the music industry today, you have to know how to brand, how to socialize, and how to create a form of content to be engaging. But let's be real, niggas is not like, if they ain't preacher man, good moral, upstanding citizen, I can't listen. If that's the case, there will be no drill. There would have never been no gangster rap. There would have never been no R. Kelly ass niggas. There would never have been no Diddy ass niggas. There would have never been none of that. So the logistic, what we've actually experienced speak otherwise. That's what I'm saying. Y'all love yourself. Take care of yourselves. Like, comment. Y'all know the rest. Make sure you do your best. Y'all love yourselves. Love the people around y'all. Continue to push forward. Continue to innovate and grow in your life and grow with the things around you. I wish nothing but the best for all y'all. Salute. We out.